Our next problem-solving technique is all about patterns. Oops. And this is one of my favorite ones because when it works, it's like magic. So we'll start with this problem. What's the sum of the first 973 odd numbers? So stop the video if you haven't already worked on this and work on this for a while before you proceed. And the right spirit of doing problems like this is to say, that's too hard, that's too big. I don't want to add up 973 odd numbers. So I'm just going to add up the first 2 odd numbers, and the first 3 odd numbers, the first 4 odd numbers, and just play with a few real simple ones, and put the results in a table. Well, when we just do the addition, we get 2 odd numbers, 1 plus 3 equals 4, and 3 odd numbers, 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9, and so on, 16 and 25. And then we put the results in a table, and it looks like that. If we add the first 2, we get 4, 3 and 9, 4 is 16, 5, 25, 6, 36, and 7, 49. And we stare at that table for a little bit, and we see, aha, the sum is always the square of the number of odd numbers we're adding together. So if we add the first 5 odd numbers, it gives us 5 square root of 25, and that's what we had when we added them together. So now we're ready to answer the original question. The sum of the first 973 odd numbers is 973 squared. And it's much less important what the number actually is than seeing that pattern and seeing that we can solve all problems that same way. All of this exact problem. Doesn't matter how many odd numbers we're adding. Now there's some things to note. Adding the first 973 odd numbers is not the same as adding the odd numbers from 1 to 973. Adding the first 973 odd numbers together is not the same as adding the odds starting at 1 and ending at 973. Carefully reading the question is crucial. If that doesn't quite make sense, try writing all the odd numbers from 1 to 7 and then writing the first 7 odd numbers. They're not the same. But you should be able to use your solution to this problem to add the odd numbers from 1 to 973. You just need to figure out how many of them there are. So this is one example of a very useful problem-solving technique. Start small and look for a pattern. And there's a lot of cool problems that can be solved with that technique. As a next problem, you might try adding up the even numbers, or all the numbers from 1 to 973. But we'll leave it here.